There's a memory that rings clear as a bell. I was bouncing like a bull rider on his knee. I sure miss those old stories that he'd tell. From a hobo on a freight train to a sailor out at sea, my granny says that I've got his smile. He's the reason I take pride in my last name. No, he never made the headlines, nobody sings his song. So for every unsung hero, I'm singing this today. So raise your bottle to the boys and let's remember all the falling and the price they had to pay. Hold them up high and salute all the ones that made it back, and for the ones away from home, don't forget to pray. Grandpa could sing you every Hank Williams song, but it's amazing grace that brought him back around. He'd shed a tear talking about the day that German gunner shot his best friend down. My daddy fought a war, some say in vain. Well, he came home in a wheelchair, now he walks with a cane. It seems like every generation has to pay the cost. I think about my family and the good friends that we've lost. So raise your bottle to the boys and let's remember all the falling and the price they had to pay. Hold them up high and salute all the ones that made it back, and for the ones away from home, don't forget to pray. From Normandy to Korea to Quezon, Vietnam, heartaches and headstones stretch from coast to coast. From Bunker Hill to Fallujah, Gettysburg to Japan, to everyone who's ever served or lost someone, let's make a toast. So raise your bottle to the boys and let's remember all the falling and the price they had to pay. Hold them up high and salute all the ones that made it back, and for the ones away from home, don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray. No, don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray.
Dive, dive. Take her deep and take her down where no other human being can be found. Below the surface where it's dark and green, and down to the sea in a big black submarine. Left the wife and the kids behind. Most other people say I've lost my mind. Can't see the sun and I can't see the sky, but it's my life and I don't know why. So take her deep and take her down where no other human being can be found. Below the surface where it's dark and green, down to the sea in a big black submarine. The silver dolphins that I proudly wear remind me that I'm among the few who care. Out on patrol and loaded for bear, and when it comes my time, well, I've done my share. take her deep and take her down where no other human being can be found. Below the surface where it's dark and green, down to the sea in a big black submarine. In a big black submarine. Go to sea on diesel boats, they call us Bubblehead. Our blood is laced with diesel smoke for sailors to the end. Our diesels wind through the salty brine until we take her deep. Then we turn her loose on battery juice and we all go to sleep. Diesel boats forever, hear the diving klaxon sound. Diesel boats forever, take her deep, take her down. No conning tower, nuclear power, Jaime's fairy queen, or bolts and nuts and gravel guts of the diesel submarine. The mighty brass would sink our class, we are a dying breed. Lift voices high and shipmates cry the diesel sailor's creed. Diesel boats forever, hear the diving klaxon sound. Diesel boats forever, take her deep, take her down. Diesel boats forever, take her deep, take her down.
Way back in the Cold War when the going got tough, we played a little game and called it blind man's bluff. The US and the Russians kept the action unseen. We played this game of chicken with our submarines. We sneak up on each other, steal the secret stuff, muddied up the waters, called it blind man's bluff. We're young and patriotic and devil may care. The good guys and the bad guys made a deadly pair. We shadowed each other with antennas for ears. We were just a high-tech buccaneers. We could get the booty from the Soviet bear and bring it all together with a wing and a prayer. Blind man's bluff is not a childish game. Blind man's bluff can bring you fame or shame. A little bluff here or a little bluff there. Blind man's bluff could be a sailor's prayer. Back in '97 when the Cold War was through, pretty Sherry Sontag and Christopher Drew set out to tell the story of the fast boat nukes, intelligence collection and high-tech spooks. They wrote about the spec ops and the secret stuff, put it in a book and called it Blind Man's Bluff. Blind man's bluff is not a childish game. Blind man's bluff can bring you fame or shame. A little bluff here or a little bluff there. Blind man's bluff could be a sailor's prayer. Way back in the Cold War when the going got tough, we played a little game and called it Blind Man's Bluff. The US and the Russians kept the action unseen. We played this game of chicken with our submarines. We sneak up on each other, steal the secret stuff, muddied up the waters, called it Blind Man's Bluff. Blind man's bluff. Blind man's bluff.
Well, the story is about Captain Mac and his nuclear-powered fast attack. SSN 661, a second boat to none. And after we've dogged down the hatch, the Lapon's a lady in black. And Whitey's got the deck and the con. Nobody else can handle this big Amazon. And we won't be back till we finish our track. Yeah, Whitey's got the deck and the con. Now he had quite a job to do, and every man on board he knew. When the going got rough in this game of blind man's bluff, somehow we'd pull her through, and his faith in us was true. And Whitey's got the deck and the con. Nobody else can handle this big Amazon. And we won't be back till we finish our track. Here Whitey's got the deck and the con. With trust in the Navy restored and faith in a system reassured, beneath the Union Jack they presented Whitey Mac the Distinguished Service Medal Award. It sure is a fitting reward. And Whitey's got the deck and the con. Nobody else can handle this big Amazon. And we won't be back till we finish our track. Here Whitey's got the deck and the con. Here Whitey's got the deck and the con. Big SSN 575 on Seawolf's Conning Tower, the second boat to log it out, underway on nuclear power. The back aft nukes have quite a job just torquing on the screw. Between steam leaks and reactor scrams, they haven't much to do. She may be old, but she's still bold at the helm, Captain Charles McVeigh. No finer ship or finer crew ever sailed the bounding main. Where Linda Lovelace is a queen and the happy hooker too. Hawkeye said to short time, there's still a lot to do. Research of the ocean depths bring men from Project Dive. More grapes and brains, a rowdy bunch, and don't forget Act 5. She may be old, but she's still bold at the helm, Captain Charles McVeigh. No finer ship or finer crew ever sailed the bounding main. If she ain't out, she must be in Mare Island is her home. You'll find the crew at the Horse and Cow, probably getting stoned. Seawolf is a part of us forever homeward bound. She'll take us there and back again and never let us down. She may be old, she's still bold at the helm, Captain Charles McVeigh. No finer ship or finer crew ever sailed the bounding main. No finer ship or finer crew ever sailed the bounding main. Look out on the wide Atlantic. At the bottom lie our souls, 10,000 feet below the surface. That is where we met our Lord. Nobody knows just what had happened on that day, May 29. We went deep for the last time. SSN 589. The Lord was waiting to receive us. Davy Jones stood by his side, and as the captain read the roll call, standing tall and filled with pride, we are the men of the ship Scorpion, all present and accounted for. 99 pairs of dolphins ready for inspection, Lord. I am a sailor going to sea. At home sits a wife and a family of 3. It hurts me knowing the love I leave behind. Long separation weighs heavy on my mind.
I am the wife of a man dressed in blue. Although he's out there, my love will be true. It hurts me knowing we must be apart. Long separation weighs heavy on my heart. Long separation tears our hearts in two. Long separation, what are we to do? Long separation, it's something we both knew
that we'd have to live with while I'm in Navy blue.
We need each other now forevermore.
I'm here at sea and my love's back ashore.
And I'm here alone waiting for his return.
And the love that we share continues to burn.
Long separation tears our hearts in two. Long separation, what are we to do? Long separation, it's something we both knew
that we'd have to live with while I'm in Navy blue.
That we'd have to live with while he's in Navy blue.
That we'd have to live with while I'm in Navy blue.
That we'd have to live with while he's in Navy blue.
That we'd have to live with while I'm in Navy blue.
The Kursk is on the bottom of the Barents Sea. 118 sailors for all eternity. Submarine disaster, Russian tragedy. The Kursk is on the bottom of the Barents Sea. On August 10 in Y2K, the exercise did go, A missile fired at the target through the sleet and snow. K-141, the mighty one, destroyed the target foe. With much success they did their best. They put on quite a show. On August 12th, torpedo on St. Elmo did arrive. Then it was told all hands were lost, no one did survive. K-219 come some old Yets and K-8 all alive. Joined Thresher and the Scorpion, and Kursk on her last dive. Crewmen of the mighty Kursk and sailors everywhere, all submariners of the world, join as one in prayer. We're brothers of the Dolphin, you know we really care. It could be you, it could be me, beneath the waves out there. The Kursk is on the bottom of the Barents Sea. 118 sailors for all eternity. Submarine disaster, Russian tragedy. The Kursk is on the bottom of the Barents Sea. Kursk, not nobody Memorial. Stolbosy nad moriaki, zasavsiem всегда. A tam daja podlodka, 12 августа. Kursk nad mnou, Barentsevo Memorial. Kursk nad mnou, Barentsevo Memorial.
There's a story about a friend of mine who made a patrol with us one time. We can't mention his name hardly, we'll just call him Tango Charlie, and nobody cared to ask him why. It's rumored he was a master spy. Now the captain didn't brief the crew. Hell, we were out at sea a day or two. He didn't tell us too much then, he just handed us a pen and made us sign on the dotted line, so we wouldn't talk about old Mastermind. Now tell me if you have ever seen a secret kept in a submarine. 'Cause if you use a bathroom, the whole boat feels a vacuum. But if we've learned a secret we won't tell, we're such patriotic personnel. Now Tango Charlie was a friend of mine who made a patrol with us one time. We don't know where he went and we haven't seen him since. We're hoping he won't be coming back. Another 2-month cruise I just can't hack.
Knew a man, called him Sandy Kane. Few folks even knew his name. But a hero, yes, was he. Left a boy, came back a man. Still many just don't understand why the reasons we all pray. Can't forget the look in his eyes, all the tears he cried, as he said those words to me. All gave some, and some gave all, and some stood true for the red, white, and blue, and some had to fall. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Some gave all, Santa came, he's no longer here, but his words are oh so clear as they echo through our land. All his friends who gave his all stood the ground, took the fall to help their fellow man. Love your country and live with pride. Don't forget those who died. America, can't you see? All gave some, and some gave all, and some stood through for the red, white, and blue, and some had to fall. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Some gave on, and if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Yes, recall. Some gave